Well. Here we are again, another episode of Drinks with Johnny. Today, I am in such an amazing mood after the first week of the football season has started. I'm here with my brother from another mother, Brandon Lombardo, co-host of the show. How are you on this fine, well, it's coming out on Tuesday, but this fine Monday morning?
I am great, actually, dude. I have spent like the last week and a half getting on a way better, healthy routine. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. and putting in some miles in the morning. I feel good. I see you feel great, though, because you got a bunch of Raiders gear behind you. I see you're wearing your Raiders hat, your Raiders shirt. So, you know, I don't football, but I'm guessing the Raiders had a good day.
They won.
They won.
Oh, wow. So just win, baby. It doesn't matter how close the game was or anything. The end was a Raiders victory over divisional rivals in the Denver Broncos, nice. Who our guest that's coming by a little bit later in the show is stopping by because he's a Broncos fan. It's Brad Williams, the comedian. So we're gonna talk a little shit with little football beginning of the season, maybe get some predictions going on. You know, it's only week one, but guess what? The Raiders are first in their division. They're the only one in the division that got a victory. So first place. That's
impressive.
Baby. First place Raiders right now. That's all I have to say. First place Raiders. It may only be for 1 week, but you know what? First place Raiders.
Let's keep that energy rolling, dude. I like it.
I can't wait. So, like, obviously, people who are regular viewers of the show know that I don't actually have Raider gear back here behind me most of the time. But because Brad was coming on, I wanted to, really lay it on thick and rub in that victory from yesterday.
What you got to do is send him one of those Drinks with Johnny fridge Raider tees that we have on drinkswithjohnny.com because
I almost wore that shirt, but it was dirty, so I had to wear a real Raider shirt. So, and not that it matters. I should have just worn it dirty anyway. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, right.
Like no one knows if it's dirty or clean.
No one knows.
Yeah, whatever. They probably just assume all my shirts are dirty anyway.
Fair.
Yeah, fair.
Cute.
But that was great.
You're back on the road soon, right?
Yes, sir. I leave Thursday.
When?
I leave Thursday. I fly out Thursday. The first show's not till Saturday, but I fly out Thursday. And, go to West Palm Beach. It's going to be fun. I don't think I've ever, to my recollection, if we've played West Palm Beach, it's been since before maybe a club back in the day. So I'm excited to go back there. If I've been there before or just see it. Either way, I don't remember it. So I'm excited to go there.
Hell yeah, dude.
No, do it up. The tour's looking good. We got Falling in Reverse and Kim Dracula on the shows. So I'm excited for that. Reintroduce myself to Ronnie and say hello to him and all the Kim Track boys and girls and they. And it's going to be a blast. This one's a longer run, though, dude. I'm going to be out for like 5 weeks.
Oh, yeah, so long.
If that's longer than the last one. The last one was only 3.5.
All right, fair. Are you ready for it?
I don't know, man. At the end of the 3.5 weeks, I was ready to go home.
Fuck,
if I have almost 2, if I'm at 3 weeks, I still got 2 weeks left. I might be going, oh, no. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. It should be fine.
It'll be good. Fine. I'm going to catch you guys next weekend.
Are you going to Louder Than Life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be down there in Louisville. So
sick! Our boy Fred Minnick hit me up. Actually, he's going to be out there. His office isn't far, so I believe I have a day off before, and we'll be in Louisville. So I think I'm going to stop by his office and try some of his rarest whiskeys.
Man, hit me up. I'll be down there. I like whiskeys.
No, you're not allowed. You're not allowed.
Fuck you.
The invite was for me, Brandon.
Oh, just save some like in your mouth, spit it into a little cup, and I'll try it later.
No, I'll save the best one in my mouth and come find you and just spit it directly into your mouth.
Directly in?
Yeah.
Love that. Treat me like a true juggalo.
You are a true juggalo.
Never, dude. That's had my falling out in Detroit. Almost got jumped by a bunch of juggalos. Never again, man.
The juggalo.
They're wild.
Scene.
It's a wild scene. Another wild scene I saw this weekend. Fucking Blue Ridge Rock Festival, man.
Ooh. Oof, sore. Yeah, dude, let's talk about it. Let's
All
talk a
right.
little bit about this Blue Ridge Festival because I heard a little bit about it from you. I'll be honest, I was watching tennis all weekend. Which, by the way, before we get to Blue Ridge, I gotta say, do you watch the U.S. Open at all?
No.
Okay, so U.S. Open held in New York every year, as anybody who watches tennis knows. And Coco Gauff just became the first or the youngest since Serena Williams to win the U.S. Open.
Oh,
She's
nice.
19 years old and she just dominated. Like she played so well all the whole tournament. Tournament lasts 2 weeks, and then uh, uh, Novak Djokovic won for the men's. It is his 24th major. So he busted out him and his whole crew busted out this Kobe Bryant stuff. Like he had a shirt that said 24 on it and had him and Kobe Bryant. Obviously, he was friends with the late great Kobe Bryant.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a really cool moment. I mean, he's Serbian, so before and he went up against Medvedev, who's I believe from Russia or one of those places like that. But they've been getting rid of their flags. Like if you're from Russia while this whole war's been going on, like they just like I guess they don't represent Russia or something. So I believe he's Russian. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So I was rooting for an American male to win the U.S. Open. There hasn't been an American male win that Grand Slam since like 2002. So I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
okay, we got to have an American win. But whatever, it didn't happen. This young kid, Ben Shelton, came out of nowhere to my eye. And dude can hit a 149-mile-an-hour serve. Nuts. This kid's
No
he's only
way,
20.
dude.
He's gonna be nuts. He's gonna be nuts. Anyways, so I watched that, but then by the end, when Djokovic is going, I'm rooting for him because he's breaking records, right? And not only
Right.
that, when he bust out the Kobe stuff, I was like, oh, that's too cool. And he was
He
giving,
won you over.
yeah. And Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey was there in his box, like with his coaches and stuff. So he went over and gave, yeah, McConaughey had a 24 on, and he gave him a hug. I mean, there's so many famous people for the U.S. Open. I didn't realize it. It's only like the third Open that I've watched, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, uh, John Hamm, Ben Stiller, Charlize Theron, like, and I'm missing a few others too, but they go to them obviously. It's like tennis is a really fun sport to watch. You should check it out sometime.
Yeah, I would love to. I've always wanted to play. I just don't have, dude, that's I don't know. It takes a lot of energy, I think.
Yeah,
You do it. You
I
play,
play. I
right?
play. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't play
Even
well, but I
Lacey.
play.
Lacey plays too.
Lacey plays well. My wife is a very good tennis player. Like at this point, like she's gotten really good pretty quick. So, and that's what got me into tennis. Let's be real.
Yeah.
She got me into tennis. So, but yeah, it's a really cool sport. Tom Brady was there. I forgot to mention that. That was cool. I mean, anytime Tom Brady's walking anywhere, everyone's like, oh, he's the fucking goat. 7 championships in a sport that teams haven't even won championships. Like,
There.
that's
Yeah.
fucking,
Very true.
it's insane. You got franchises out there just trying to get one. He's out there walking around with 7 rings. What an asshole. I love it.
Pretty wild. Good for
And,
him.
and now he's part of the Raiders family, so we're all good.
How so?
He's part of the front office. Mark Davis brought him in the offseason as like a consultant or part ownership, something
Oh,
like
no
that. I
shit.
don't know the exact title, but yeah, he's part of the Raiders organization now, baby.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, just win.
Damn.
He's making
Okay.
up for that. He's making up for that tuck rule for that fumble in the fucking 2001 when the
Okay.
Raiders were supposed to go to the Super Bowl last. It
But
was
now it's going to
bullshit.
be 2024. They're going to be there.
That's right, man. In Las Vegas, it's the Super Bowl's held at the Death Star.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you going to go regardless?
To the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No.
What if the Raiders
I
make
enjoy
it?
if the Raiders are there. Yeah, yeah. I'm absolutely there. Doesn't matter. I'll sit outside and but no, I would absolutely go for it. If the Raiders go to the Super Bowl anytime in my life, I'm going to the fucking game. Like,
That's
let's
fair.
be real. Let's be
Yeah.
real. But yeah, it was a fun weekend for sports for me, to be honest. So that's why I'm like all jazzed up about sports again. It's just a good time of year. Basketball season's around the corner. The men's basketball lost in the FIBA Cup, but no offense to the players that they played with, they're not sending. We don't send our best of our best to the FIBA Cup. Like we just don't. They're great players, and they still got to like the quarterfinals or semis or something like that. But it's just no. Anyways,
I saw one of my favorite basketball
Austin
players.
Reeves balled out though. Reeves balled out in the tournament though. I will say.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
Okay. Props. Major props.
You don't even know who Austin Reeves is, do you?
No idea. But I'm going to give him props. You say he deserves them. I'm giving him props.
AR-15, bro, on the Lakers. Love the dude.
Oh, shit, man. No, I was going to say, one of my favorite basketball players was on one of my favorite shows. And
Which
that's
one's that?
Rampage. And it was Dennis Rodman.
Oh, okay. He's been on. I mean, he's made more appearances already than I expected him to.
Yeah, he was on Rampage, and then or was it Collision? I don't remember.
He was on Collision last weekend, not this past.
Yeah,
and then he was on Dynamite, and then he was at the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
yeah. He's all over the place, dude.
He is. It was a great spot at the pay-per-view. I liked it, man.
Yeah.
Rodman with the guitar shot.
Yeah, why not? Well, before our guest gets here and we start talking about more sports and, we call ourselves somewhat of a music podcast, even though we're all over the place too. Speaking of all,
let's talk music.
Let's talk music. Let's talk about that shit show that was Blue Ridge Rock Festival.
Man, I was actually supposed to be there for one of the days, and I am so fucking happy I wasn't.
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, so I guess I didn't realize what had happened or what was going down or why there was even news about it, right? Because my knowledge of it was, in the morning flipping through social media and see my buddy Zach Myers saying, bummed out that the festival got canceled and from Shinedown. And and I was like, oh, the whole festival got shut down for severe weather? And like it was, oh no, here comes Brad right now. We're gonna have to get back to this in a second.
We'll get back to it.
Brad is here to have to deal with me.
I hope he has a whole background of Broncos shit just to match the quality of your fucking Raiders energy here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think I don't know. You think he's gonna have some stuff? Oh, there he is.
What's up?
There he is, the man. Oh, you got the Elway jersey. I knew you were gonna have something, so I got prepared too.
Awesome, man.
I'll be the mediator here between you two.
Can you flip your phone the other way so we have the whole spectrum of the greatness that is Brad Williams?
Hold on.
There we go.
Elway.
There we go.
Isn't that Biff Tannen? Isn't Elway Biff Tannen? I think they're the same person.
As someone who has met him, I can assure you he is not. Now,
I remember you did meet him. I remember that.
I will say that he does have teeth that look like the old Broncos logo, so it does fit that he played for Denver. But no, he is a great guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a great guy. But let's get to what happened just yesterday, bro.
Okay, let's get to it. Nice that Sean Payton cut the last member of the Super Bowl 50 winning championship team, Brandon McManus, our kicker. Nice that he cut him for Will Lutz, who Brandon McManus yesterday went 5 for 5, and Will Lutz missed an extra point and a 50-yarder that would have given us the victory. Awesome.
You know what makes me so happy about this, Brad? Is that now it's 7 straight victories for the Raiders. And
7.
Yeah, there it is. That's the lucky number 7.
And the reason
because it's usually been the Raiders before these last 7. Let's be honest, and even through those 7, it's usually the Raiders that make some really questionable decisions with roster and plays and all that. And it seems like our bad luck has started to rub off on you Broncos a little bit.
Oofa. Now, I will say this, and I watched the game with my friend who is also a Raiders fan, and like you, has had many stints with the law, and is on several lists. You know those apps where it's like, here's all the sexual offenders in your area. He's on several of those lists, much like yourself.
Oh, I am too. I don't think I'm on any of those lists, Brad.
Trust me, man. I've watched Dateline NBC. There's a reason why you use a fake name and you.
I'm usually the bush guy in To Catch a Predator. I'm the guy that comes out.
Love it. But I was watching the game with him, and one thing that we both said was like last year. Let's be honest, under Nathaniel Hackett, the Broncos were literally embarrassing. Just like I could not watch them. They couldn't do anything offensively. This game yesterday, at least the Broncos had what resembled an offense. Like, hey, they're making plays. They're completing passes. Hey, look at that. There's a touchdown. Okay. Like, it resembled an offense. That gives me some hope. Now, the Raiders, you guys look good as well. Jimmy G looked better than I thought that he would look. Devontae Adams was obviously getting open. As much as I was cheering yesterday, there was a BS pass interference call that benefited the Broncos that led us to the touchdown. I will say that one was a BS call.
Oh,
but
thank you. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. But yes. So yes, we lost. Yes, I'm upset. Yes, I'm hurt. But it resembled a football team offensively, which gives me hope.
You know what? I will say it was a good game. It was first game of the season, obviously, in Broncos territory. You mentioned, everyone's been talking off season. Sean Payton's new head coach. Things are going to be different. I will say things were different. I will say he got a little slap happy right at the beginning though. Onside kick right away to start the game. Like I was like, okay, dude, I know you've been away for a year and like this is really exciting for you, but come on, onside kick on the first play.
Yeah, it's like that's one of those ones where he's been gone for a year. He obviously did it in the Super Bowl where it worked for him against the Colts.
It almost worked yesterday too, by the way.
Yeah, almost worked. It's always interesting when you do like an onside kick to start the year to where you think like, wow, so you had all offseason to make sure you got this thing right. All offseason. It's going to be a surprise onside kick. You can do it and of course we fucked it up. And but like it almost worked. It was like what, like a foot difference or whatever. Then we would have been on the right side or whatever. But I like what Peyton is doing in that, whether it be the onside kick, whether it be him calling out Nathaniel Hackett or calling out Russell Wilson, he's kind of there telling that Broncos team, like, hey, last year was bullshit, and now we're not that team anymore. Now we're going to move on. Now, you can question the way he's doing it, but at the same time, like, he's doing something. He's lighting a fire under Russell Wilson's ass. He's not going to have his own office in the facility anymore. He's not going to be doing the whole kissing babies thing, which I think I like. But yeah, so I obviously, yes, hurt by the game, but there's a lot of different parts. Javonte Williams' ACL did not explode, so I'm good on that. The fact that we got 33 Williams back. So yeah, I'm excited for the year. I'm excited the Raiders are actually good. The AFC West as a whole, I mean, first of all, congratulations. You guys are in first place.
First place, baby. First place. First place. I was just telling Brandon about this before. I was like, hey, it might be the only week that this happens, but we're in first place right now.
Yeah. I think
at least we'll be tied. It'll be 2 weeks actually, because next week we might be tied for first place.
Yeah. I think you guys should raise a banner.
It might be our only chance. It might be our only chance to raise a banner in the Death Star. You're right. Like that's
absolutely raise the banner, first place Raiders. But I'm really excited for the AFC West in terms of what's there. Obviously the shootout that the Chargers had with Miami, and then Kansas City's going to be good. The talking heads on ESPN that are already writing off Kansas City or like they're saying things like, does Mahomes need more help? And it's like he's already got like the best tight end of all time.
Yeah,
Kelsey's coming back. Yeah, Kelsey's
coming back. And then it's like everyone's like, well, what about all those drop passes? And those kids were nervous, yo. They didn't have their blanket that like they knew like if he spreads it out a little bit more with Kelsey, who never drops a freaking ball, and then those other kids by osmosis are going to catch the ball too. He's going to be fine. A couple of years ago, I got excited because like some of the team had left and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is our chance. We're gonna see a little decline in the Chiefs, and they went back to the Super Bowl again. So I'm like, all right, like, what are you gonna do? It's Patrick Mahomes. He's the best player in the game right now. It's not very debatable.
Yeah, the Chiefs will be fine. So now we're all playing for a playoff spot and second place in that division. And I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to see what week 2 has. The Broncos play the Commanders, Washington football team of racial slur, new owner. All right. I don't even know what we're calling them now. I'm still mad.
I think they should call him like Magic Johnson's team or something, because that's all anyone is excited about. The new ownership is Magic Johnson is a part owner, just like he is for the Dodgers here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he helped the Dodgers when he went over there like 10 years ago. All of a sudden, the Dodgers are a good team again.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And the Commanders just won this weekend. So.
Yeah. And who do the Raiders play next week?
It's a great question. I was thinking that while you're saying it. We have a home game, and I can't remember who it's against. The Bills, I believe.
Oh, all right. So 1-1 ain't bad.
Hey, the Bills got to play the Jets tonight, and hopefully the Jets embarrass them so that they're sad, and then Diggs and Allen could get mad at each other again and lose that chemistry. That's what I'm hoping for. Lose the chemistry. Don't get hurt, but lose the chemistry a little bit for next week.
Right, exactly. So that means we have the AFC East this year. Okay. Okay. So that's gonna be a buzzsaw between playing every team in the AFC West and every team in the AFC East. This is gonna be a tough year.
Oh, I think it's gonna be a tough year for everybody in the AFC though. I mean, look, AFC North, with the exception of the Steelers, Brandon Steelers over here just got trounced by the 49ers. I've never seen a Tomlin team lose that badly. That was kind of crazy to see.
But they'll still be 8-8.
They'll still be 8-8, and they'll be in last place at 8-8. That's crazy. Well, what is it now? 8-8 or 9-7 or somewhere, whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah, Tomlin's obviously a great coach. He'll do the best with what he's got. And I'm not one of these guys that's overreacting with the Bengals. Like, oh, the Bengals suck now, and the Browns are like the elite of the division. It's like, nah, Browns will still Browns. I have complete faith that the Browns will always Browns. And Joe Burrow is a top 5 QB in the league. They'll be fine. He's
arguably the second best quarterback in the entire league.
Yeah.
One game does not define that. You know what's going to happen next week? He's going to hear all the chirping. He's going to drop 500 yards on whoever they're playing next week.
Yeah, exactly. AFC is it's just a murderer's row of teams. There's so many good teams. It's tough to say who's going to be good, who's going to be not. Obviously, you have to look out for injuries and just say like who's able to stay healthy. Because as we saw with the Ravens, your star running back on the first game go out. So I'm really excited for this year as a Broncos fan, despite losing to the Raiders for the 7th straight time, which, God, that's embarrassing. But yeah, well, at least the next time's at home where there's no distractions in Las Vegas so it's like crap.
Yeah, you know a little bit about distractions in Las Vegas. Last time I was out in Vegas with you, you were doing the Mad Apple.
Yeah, Cirque du Soleil. That was a lot of fun. Did that for 3 months. The cast is still there. I moved on, and now I'm doing a theater tour. So go to bradwilliamscomedy.com. If you're in Vegas, I'll be at the Mirage February. So go there. But yeah, I got all my dates posted until like July of 2024. So go to bradwilliamscomedy.com, and you can see when I'm coming to your town and stop on by.
Yeah, man. I'll come out in February because that'll be right when the Raiders are playing the Super Bowl at their own stadium.
Right. 17-0, right?
Hey, dude, all I know is Jimmy G is a fucking winner. That's all I know. I know, like, he doesn't put up the flashy numbers or does anything crazy. The guy wins games. So as long as he stays healthy, I don't know. Our defense looked much improved, which, I mean, it had to be somewhere. We haven't had a good defense in 15 fucking years.
Max Crosby is a top. He's a top edge rusher. Put him right up there with Donald and like Parsons and those guys, because that dude was just like, we had to. You saw it on the broadcast. Like they had the Broncos had to adjust their whole offense to make sure that they stopped Crosby, and even then they had a hard time doing it. So that guy's a beast of a player. You guys are going to be just fine. The whole AFC West is stacked and talented, and it's going to be. I'm just stoked that football's back. I'm excited to have these debates again.
Yes.
What was I doing? I was talking Women's World Cup. That wasn't as fun.
Well, last time you were on the show was super fun. We were talking wrestling. We were talking WrestleMania.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Ringside Collectibles. Ringside Collectibles, their CEO wanted to go to one of my shows. They were all sold out, but I got a little pull. So I got him some seats in the show, and he sent me a care package, and 12-year-old Brad Williams is going absolutely nuts.
What's in the care package? You got to tell me what's in the care package.
Hold on.
It's sick. I saw it on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck earlier today. He's got some good fucking grabs
I think
in there.
still call it Twitter. You still got to call it Twitter. I don't know. I'm not calling it Dex.
We got Mysterio.
Oh, sick.
We got
badass.
Hogan Macho combo.
Ooh.
Badass.
Mega Powers. We got Jericho in AEW.
Nice.
Painmaker.
Hold on. And then this is a top wrestler for me, Rob Van Dam.
Ooh.
Nice.
RVD.
And then nice combo pack of Bret Hart and Shawn.
Hell yeah.
Love those.
Yeah,
we just had Bret. Well, I just met Bret Hart's daughter, Beans Hart. When I was on tour, we were out in Calgary, and then she came on the show. She is so rad. She tells like great stories about growing up in the Hart house, dude. It was so much fun.
Oh, I'll be in Calgary. I believe it's November 27th. It's like the weekend of Thanksgiving, but they don't have Thanksgiving, so I can go there. So yeah, and I'm hoping that I'm hoping that some Hart people come out. I'm definitely reaching out.
Yeah, dude. I'll have Beans come out and see you. How about that? She gave me these really cool Bret Hart glasses too, signed and everything. So.
Oh, that would So.
Also, you got to go to Bret Hart's bar while you're there. He's got a bar. And it has all the memorabilia everywhere.
Done. That's where I'm going to go.
You got to go check that out. It's the Hitman Bar. The Hitman Bar.
The Hitman Bar. How great is that?
It's so great.
Yeah. I will go. I will try to steal a few things.
Absolutely, man. So you're on tour right now for your theaters, like you just mentioned. Everyone could go to bradwilliamscomic.com for that, as we already plugged. But what else is going on new, man? You're like, how's dad life been? I haven't talked to you in a minute. Until yesterday, you started shit talking about your Broncos, and you saw what happened there. So let's move on to better things.
Yeah, move on to better things. Being a dad's great. We actually just moved, and we moved, but we're still in California, Southern California, and just dropped daughter off at school. So she's in school, which is great. We get 4 hours to do podcasts with friends and do other things that you can't do when the kids are around. The new house, you're looking at the new man cave, which I'll do a little 360 tour here. Is awesome. Pretty amazing. More Bronco stuff, dartboard, but like there's the bar, more memorabilia. What is that
golf thing? What is that golf thing, dude?
So the golf thing, that's actually something that my dad had in his office forever, and so now, not to get too dark, but he passed away. But I got that, so it's it's wood carving. So it's a wood carving of golf players. So I know,
and they're like caricature guys. That's pretty neat. It's unique.
Yeah,
dude. I like it.
It's dark wood, but it's not like blackface golfers. Calm down, internet. Okay.
I wasn't gonna say anything about it. It's not blackface. It's just I didn't see color there, Brad. I don't know what you're talking about.
Not that. And then here's the game day setup. We got the 3 TVs right there.
I love the 3 TVs. Hey, did you notice though? Did you get a Sunday ticket?
Yes, I did.
So did you notice that they have YouTube has new features for it?
I just kind of came in right. I missed the morning games, only saw the afternoon games, so I didn't really get to explore. But what are the new features?
They have all the channels or all the games, and you can just pick through the games, and then they have Red Zone and Fantasy still, and then they have these other channels that are different combinations of the games. So like you don't need the 3 TVs. Like if you have one or bigger TV, and then you could put as many as 3 games at a time, or 2 at a time. So like, I had the Raiders game on picture in picture with the Red Zone, so I could watch everything at the same time. So it was pretty. I liked that. Now I did not like that they got rid of the other guy from Red Zone before. I forget his Siriano. Or no, that's the coach.
I will not stand for any Andrew Siciliano hate. He is a friend. He is a good guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was bummed that he's not on it anymore.
Oh yeah, me too. Because we got Scott Hansen, handsome Scott Hansen, and
they don't even show him.
He's fine. He's fine. But like, I miss Andrew. Andrew had a certain flair to it. And of course, him always yelling about the Browns would be fun for me. So yeah, I miss Andrew. Shout out to Andrew Siciliano. But yeah, so now with this 3 TV setup, I'm literally gonna have every game. I'll do like quad box on each TV, and I'll be golden, man.
Oh yeah, that's so key. That's so key to have multiple TVs for Sunday. Absolutely. Do you watch Do you watch tennis at all? I was talking to Brandon about tennis.
I'm not a tennis guy, but shout out to Coco Golf. That's great. Winning U.S. Open. The U.S. women are still going strong. The U.S. men, all right.
The new kid Ben Shelton, though, who got to the semis, was he the quarter semis? He was good.
Don't get me wrong. It's unbelievable what's happened in tennis in terms of every really good player has had the fact that we've had the top 3 greatest players of all time, all competing and all dominating for the last 20 years. Yeah. Federer, Nadal, Joker. Like, it's just it's like any good basketball player coming up in the 90s playing against Jordan. It's like, yeah, you're good, but you're going to hit a buzzsaw, and the buzzsaw is going to take you out.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Novak, again, props to him. He celebrated his 24th major. I don't know if you saw, with Kobe Bryant garb that said 24, a picture of him and with Kobe and stuff. It was a really cool moment to watch yesterday. I had that on one of my TVs while I was watching football on another.
That's solid. And see, especially when you get to like October, where you have pretty much all sports going on at the same time. That's when
favorite time of year, baby. Favorite time of year is October. Every time. For Halloween too. Halloween and sports, it's the best.
Yeah, that's the time when, like, every weekend that I'm touring in October, I'm like, damn it, because I just want to be home, sitting on the couch, doing nothing. One of these
take October. Just take it off. Just take that October off.
Next October, I got to take off, but it looks like I'm doing a European tour, so whatever.
Have you done a European tour before?
Not yet. I've been to London this past year, but never a European tour. And we haven't announced it yet, but there will be a European tour this year or next year in 2024. So we're doing over 60 different cities in the U.S. We're doing a European tour, and we're doing an Australian tour. So
yeah,
I'm gonna enjoy looking at this man cave now, because I'm not going to see it.
To see it, yeah.
No.
You sound like that's a much busier schedule than I have coming up, and that's saying something.
I'm bummed. I'm missing you when you're in LA. I'm pissed.
Yeah, well, you already missed it when I was in LA. That was the forum, and then but we're gonna be in San Diego. I don't know if you're gonna be around for that, but that's probably the next closest.
If I am, I'll be there. I'll go to your website. You go to my website. We'll do some crotch. We'll do some scissoring.
Do some scissoring.
Yeah.
Scissor me, daddy ass. Have you been keeping up on wrestling?
Yep, keeping up on wrestling. The MJF Adam Cole angle has been like one of my favorite things that has been going on.
It's
brilliant
in all the wrestling. Now they're adding Roderick into there, and it's awesome. It's great. It's the best. It's the best thing going to AEW right now. I think it's the best thing that Cole has done so far in AEW for the people that knew Cole before and were like waiting for like, when's the real Adam Cole going to come out? I think this angle is like, oh yes, there he is. There's the personality. There's the charisma. There's all the stuff that we were waiting for that was in NXT, but then hadn't really come out yet in AEW. So yeah, I'm stoked, and wrestling's been real fun, minus certain behind the scenes headlines, but
no, we could talk about it.
Yeah.
We could talk about it. CM Punk, everyone knows.
Yeah.
Do you think any other promotion touches him? This is a question for both you guys. Do you think another promotion touches him, or do you think he's going away for a while?
Dude, as we've seen with whether it be freaking Deshaun Watson on the Browns, not saying CM Punk is that.
Whoa, we're not making that connection.
But as we've seen with whomever, if you make money, if you can make money, you'll be fine. And CM Punk is still a draw. CM Punk still puts butts in the seats. So no doubt, it's up to him. If he wants to be in a promotion, there will be offers. I mean, it just depends on what he wants to do.
Yeah, and wherever he goes, if he strikes where the iron's hot, you know what I mean, so to speak. Yeah. If I don't know what the clause is on when you're released. I don't know if there's still a grace period that he has to wait out or not. But I mean, if not, he really should just pop into WWE right now and just blow that, because everyone in the wrestling world's talking about his departure first. So it would be the biggest thing if he went to the competitive. I know it's not a straight competition, but to the other promotion, that's on TV.
It's kind of fantastic now that we're kind of back in terms of it's not quite the Monday Night Wars again, but I love the fact that it's two companies to where, hey, so-and-so just showed up here. Well, so-and-so just showed up here. Keith Lee leaves and now he's in AEW. Cody Rhodes is back in WWE. You can have stuff like that where guys and girls are crossing over, and it's really exciting, man, because now it's the closest thing we've had to the Monday Night Wars since the Monday Night Wars, because WWE just had a monopoly. No one was really like, oh, who's going to leave TNA and come to WWE?
No.
It was all right.
They weren't going back. If they left WWE, though, they were going to TNA.
100%.
Right.
But some people,
but there wasn't going back the other way around. To your point.
Yeah. And if they were, it was for a one-off because they were a little older. It's all right.
But speaking of wrestlers leaving, have you checked out LaceyEvans.com yet?
No.
Apparently, she's doing an OnlyFans now that she's not in wrestling anymore.
Apparently, you looked at it.
I looked at it, but I didn't pay the subscription.
Hey, man, you know what? Who was it? Mandy left, and she did one, and she's apparently making more money on that than she made in WWE. Hey, man, we're living in a crazy, exciting time where whether it be comedians, wrestlers, bass
players,
bands, you guys artists don't need the mainstream people anymore. You can go and do your own thing, and you could have a podcast by yourself. Even as a comedian, you can go on Netflix, but if you don't have Netflix, fine. Put your special up on YouTube, put it behind a small paywall, or put it up for free and let people consume it. Bands, you put your stuff up on Spotify. There's so many examples of people that maybe wouldn't have gotten that mainstream crossover, but now because of what they've built, look at my boy Jelly Roll. I just saw him, and what he's doing right now is insane. So I love that dude. And we're in such an exciting time right now where you don't need the mainstream to tell you okay, now you're famous or now you're successful. Now you can do it all on your own. Matt Cardona, he's making more money in the indies than he did with WWE. So it's crazy. So I'm total support of all these wrestlers, bands, comedians, just kind of doing their own thing, finding their own audience, and giving the people what they want. It's great.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of DIY stuff, for artists that never really had that opportunity before. And I know I poked fun at Lacey Evans' thing, but if that's what she wants to do, it's what she wants to do. I'd like to see her in AEW, but that's just me. But
why not? If I don't know what she's gonna do on OnlyFans. I mean, you can assume, but also
It might not be. There's a lot
maybe
of people
not.
that don't do nudity over there, and they,
Oh, trust me, I have a friend who's a comedian, and she has an OnlyFans, and she's like, yeah, there's no nudity, but people subscribe, and they keep subscribing, and they keep buying stuff, so it's like I don't have to do it. So just because someone's on OnlyFans, hell, there's some comedy specials that are going to be coming out on OnlyFans soon. I'm not allowed to say what they are, but they're going to be coming out. I've talked to the comedians that are doing them, so. Yeah, there's going to be comedy specials that are coming out on OnlyFans.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because the engine's already built, right, to get paid to get a subscription. So why bother with trying to create your own new engine? There's already one that works.
Yeah, there's stuff like that. I know Live Nation is putting up something that is very similar to that website, Moment House, where it's like something's up for like 2 months or something, and you pay one time. So yeah, they're doing a version of that. So it's a really exciting time for artists. It's just, and people are consuming, whether like you look at these comedy tours, like Bert Kreischer's filling up stadiums, Joe Coy is filling up stadiums. It used to be there was one comic got to that level at a time. Now it's like you can name 5 just off the top of your head that can do stadiums, and there's tons of comics doing theaters. The clubs are packed. It's an amazing time for all people in the creative world right now, except for actors and writers because they're on strike.
Not so amazing for them right now, but hey, they're putting in the good fight. They got to get those contracts right so that people can't just own you for the rest, like after you're dead. That's I didn't know what it was all about, and then someone told me what the strike was about. I was like, well, yeah, that's fucked up. Like you can't just pay somebody once and be like, yeah, now I own your ass. Like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, you gotta pay, and we're entering a new world where through streaming, people aren't getting those residuals, but the streamers are still getting their revenue, and it is weird, like to have certain studios just be like, oh, we're not, but we can't pay you, and then you look at their profits and they're like record profits and the billions of dollars, and you're like, all right, we can do something here. So shout out to the actors and the writers there, and they're striking, but they're striking now, and it sucks now, so that future actors and future writers will have a great source of income and a way to provide for themselves and their families. So good on them.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like I said, like putting in that good fight, because it is true. Like, and it'll trickle down for artists like ourselves here too, Brad. I think like we have to be mindful of that too. Like you said, streaming music, copyrights on music is only for 100 years, by the way. So like anything that's 100 years older it's just free to public, but it'll still count as a stream somehow. So it's like they got to figure that out too. So it's like it's a whole. You're right. It's a whole new world. There's AI, there's Web3, there's all this stuff that are going to be great tools, but we have to get the paperwork in advance, right, so that the big companies don't keep fucking us.
Yeah. I don't know if you tried to write a song with AI yet. I tried to write a joke with AI, and well, I'll tell it to you, and you tell me how the joke works.
All right. I love it.
So I said, hey, AI, write me a joke about cancel culture. And the joke it wrote was, man, everything's getting canceled nowadays. They even canceled my toaster because the toast was too black.
That's stupid, but I like it. I don't know why it made me laugh.
It's because it's so bad, it's good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I feel like that's something that's like a joke my son would try to make, but I don't think he would know the race of conversation.
It's interesting to see AI try to learn comedy and be funny. Like that's such a weird concept, man.
It'll get better at it.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Is it will get better. So that's why I'm touring right now like a damn madman.
Smart.
Go to bradwilliamscomedy.com. Get your tickets before they have some dwarf hologram telling my same jokes.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you for stopping by. I feel like that was a good way to put a bow on this for today. Thank you again just for coming on and talking shit about the Raiders. Let's go Raiders and Broncos. We got to go to a game. We keep talking about this every time. We got to go to a game together.
I'm going to Broncos at the Chargers, but that's at SoFi.
Can I go there and root for a tie?
Yeah, I took my buddy who was a Raider fan last time, and we went and had a great time. But I mean, thankfully, I'm close to an airport, so yeah, we could just meet up in Vegas and go to that game. That'd be great.
All right, man. Yeah, let's do it. I'll look at the schedule and I'll text you.
Hell yeah, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks again. Have a good rest of your day, brother.
Thanks for having me on, man. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Well, that's just good old fun having Brad here again.
I love it.
Sam pointed it out. I think he's the second most guest on our show, or however you say that. He's been on the show the second most times, whatever. Just
you just keep
Darby.
butchering it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So Darby Allen's been on the most. He's been on the second most.
Yeah, that's true, right? Like
I think
4 times.
3 or 4 for each of them. I think it's only by one. See if Darby can come back on and settle the score. You know.
I like it. Oh, Brad's cool, a good guy, man. He's funny as fuck.
He's so funny. I am gonna go check out his. I've been meaning to, but I got to look at his schedule and see, because he is traveling so much, and I'm about to hit the road on Thursday, as we talked about. I got to see if any of those shows cross paths. I am going to go to bradwilliamscomedy.com to find out about that. You know, so
you should, dude. The Pittsburgh show sold out already. It's next year.
Wow. Yeah, he's killing it, man.
He's killing it. He's doing a good job, man.
Good for him too, because he's been great since we first met him, you know, a few years ago, and it seems to keep growing for him, which is always awesome. Always good to see your friends get to do what they want to do, you know, like that's what he wants to do. He wants to go fucking do comedy and hang out with friends and fucking talk shit about sports and stuff. And it's great. That's why I could hit him up yesterday and be like, hey, why don't you come on the podcast and talk some shit? He's like, sure. I love how that works sometimes. But yeah, let's get back to that Blue Ridge thing before we leave everybody with blue balls about it, because we brought it up like 3 times and didn't say anything. So,
you have so many music fans. They're like, I want to know what Avenged Sevenfold thinks about it, because that's what the headline's going to be.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I will say, I wasn't there. I don't know. Everything that we're about to say is of hearsay, of course, but
it's all rumor and innuendo.
It's rumor and innuendo, but it's also, you know, I mean, you work in the industry, I work in that industry. We can read between some lines a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I saw it got canceled for severe weather conditions. So then I just kind of went, oh yeah, that sucks. That happens, you know, because it does, especially this time of year.
Totally.
We just had to do it in Detroit, and we're gonna make up that show at the end of this next run. That shit happens, and the thing is that people don't understand, who get mad on the chat boards and everything like that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't really go in there, but a lot of people don't seem to understand. It's not up to the artist or the festival itself. It is safety protocols put on by the safety officials that are there overseeing the festival. That is their regulations. It is not anybody else's. It's their call. So you want to get mad at the fire marshal or the equivalent to for weather watch.
Don't even get mad at them. They're trying to keep you safe.
Yeah, and it's also very true.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
But what I heard about this one is, it might have been a bit of a stretch that it was due to weather of why they canceled this.
The first day, or whatever day it was only one day, right? So it was a 4-day festival. I think they ended up only having like 1 or 1.5 days of music. One day got cut short because of weather, and I saw a bunch of tents getting fucking destroyed. And
so that day was legit. That day was
legit. Yeah. The other days, I don't know. Like if you go online and see what people were saying, maybe they oversold tickets and couldn't handle the capacity of people that were there, and logistically it just didn't work out.
I heard another thing that another rumor is that after the first day, a lot of stagehands and staff from the locals went on strike and just left. I don't know why. I tried to find out why. I did ask around to see what I wasn't able to find out anyone who was willing to say why they left.
I also heard this rumor, and I heard it was deplorable working conditions, food arriving late, meals not being like proper meals.
Edible.
Yeah, like I saw a sandwich and it reminded me of Firefest. I was like, dude, they just Firefested you. Like it was a bun with just like dry shredded chicken and a slice of unmelted cheese. I was just like,
was it from someone you know, or was it
no,
just a random picture?
I joined a couple Blue Ridge groups just to kind of see.
So it wasn't someone you know personally from.
No. That's why I'm saying this is rumor, because I'm not here. I'm not putting facts.
I wasn't curious because it is easy to take a picture of a shitty sandwich and say that's what they were serving when they were serving something different. But
totally.
I mean, but it does beg the question. I mean, if they left and they're serving shit like that, and they're overselling the place, it's like you said, Firefest or 99 Woodstock. I don't think it's quite as bad as 99 Woodstock, but you know what I mean. Like
I saw people are referencing that. They're like, it's like Woodstock 99. So like, I don't think it's that bad, but like,
it's not.
It's not.
I don't think it could possibly be that bad.
No.
Yeah, I think they would have to. They would have to like be trying to make it worse. Like the only point of putting on a festival is to make it look worse than 99 Woodstock. But yeah, I mean, overselling. I never get how they get away with overselling. I don't.
Yeah, like how like. It's not like you just show up and say, all right, we're going to just have a festival. Like there's a lot of planning that gets involved, and insurance too. Like I'm sure like
permits, there's a lot of other people who are checking. There's a lot of checks to these balances here.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was maybe they got shut down or maybe just they didn't have enough staff on site or whatever the situation was. I just don't think it was weather. And that story
I did text Zach and ask from Shinedown, as I said earlier. And he said he did say he has no idea, but he was really bummed because they said it was due to severe weather, and then like it didn't rain. It like barely rained the rest of that second day that they were there.
Well, I saw they ended up playing acoustic. Those guys, the Papa Roach guys, and then that Oliver Anthony dude, they played like an acoustic set together.
Yeah. He told me about that too. I got to go check that out because I'm sure it's up in a couple different places. But
it's made the rounds. It's cool. That Oliver Anthony guy is like fucking 7 feet tall, by the way. He's a giant. I don't know if you're familiar.
I'm not. Wow.
Do you know who he is at all? No?
I know nothing
this
about
dude
him.
just kind of like blew up online within the last month. He went viral. He wrote this, I don't even know. He has a bunch of like acoustic country songs on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, and one of them went viral, and he got like crazy attention the past month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe we should reach out to him. I mean, I'll go listen to his music and reach out to him because it would be fun. But I'd like to do that in person. If he's really 7 feet tall, you gotta.
I don't know if he's 7 feet, but he's big. He's a big guy.
Oh, okay. I was like, I always like standing next to guys like Dennis Rodman. We were talking about earlier.
He's a fucking monster.
Yeah, because I'm 5'6". You know, it's just so funny to see me next to anybody that big.
Yeah.
I admit it. I want pictures of all of that because I just think it's absurd. It's absurd that we're both human beings and that big of a discrepancy.
Oh, here, wait. I have a picture of said sandwich. I'm scrolling through my shit. I took a lot of screenshots of things that I thought were funny.
Let me see.
Oh, come on. Okay, so there.
Oh my god, that's a craft. That's a shitty craft single sitting on that, dude.
Totally, dude. So that's the sandwich, and I'm just like, oof. All right,
I don't even think that's a craft single. Actually, that's like grocery store knockoff. Not real cheese.
Yeah, and then I sent you the picture of how they had the speakers set up in like the crowds because like
those
I guess
were
the promoter.
Speakers.
Yes.
That cross was the speakers? Are you kidding me?
Yes. It's the speakers and the lights. They're on the cross.
Why?
I guess, all right, the promoter has like, he's a Christian or something. You sit there like Christian rock festivals.
But that's not a Christian rock festival.
I don't know, dude. Listen, I don't have any insight. I don't know. I'm just repeating and regurgitating the things that I've seen and things that have made me laugh.
Yeah, that's not a Christian rock festival. Like
it's definitely not a Christian rock festival.
You got Pantera highlighting or headlining one of the nights.
Yeah, well, one of my favorite things that I saw did you guys also see the glory hole porta potties? And the person said, no, just the sex restraints. And there's straight up just like
What
sex
is that?
restraints in a porta potty.
What's a sex restraint?
Just like to tie up your fucking arms and shit. So like if you're up like that.
Oh.
So that's like in a porta potty, dog.
People were getting dirty in a dirty porta potty.
I never understood that. Like, why would you want to hook up with someone at a festival? Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
They're
I mean, I don't
filthy.
think you. I hope there's drugs and alcohol involved, because if you're dead sober doing that, you got some issues.
Yeah, that's foul, man.
I'm not advocating everybody do drugs and alcohol, but if you're having sex in a porta potty festival, sober as a judge, I'm more scared of you than I am a drunk. Like, guaranteed. There's no way. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't. Glory hole. The glory hole sounds fun though. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, but how does a glory hole in a porta potty work?
The person inside doesn't know what's going on, and everyone just sticks their dicks inside. That's how I picture it. I don't know about you.
Either way you picture it, it just seems ridiculous.
It's ridiculous and gross. I'm not saying to do it. I mean, at least that one's funny to me. At a Christian festival, no less.
It's not a Christian festival. It just has a Christian history or some shit.
So I don't understand why. I feel like it would matter for the sound if you put it in a cross like that. I don't know.
Well, no.
Sure.
So the cross. It's not. The speakers aren't in a cross. You can't see the picture in the picture, but the speakers are just straight in a row like usual. And on the wings of the cross, they have the lights.
And those are on either side of the stage.
Yeah.
I got you. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, so they just put like a giant cross in the middle and just did speakers up and down and horizontal and called it a day? Like, what is that?
Bro, that should be so weird seeing a sea of people with two giant crosses.
That is still weird though, too.
Strange, but, yeah. It's strange.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If you went to the festival and you got fucked, I'm sorry, and it's a shitty situation, and don't let that ruin your experience of festivals for forever, you know?
Yeah. Not all festivals are like that.
Nah.
These are the outliers. When something like this happens, it's the outlier. And by the way, neither one of us were there, so we're going again by rumor and innuendo and hearsay, if I could say that fucking word. And you know, it's like, yeah, but it does happen. It does happen. You know, and that was everyone's talking about it in the industry now. I was talking to my manager. He'd heard about it. He's like, yeah, sounds like it was a shit show out there. So crazy. Whatever it was. I mean, it just bums me out when I think about that, though. When I really think about it, it bums me out a little bit that if this is true, that there's a promoter out there that would cut that many corners. Like, still.
It's shitty,
it's just
man.
like, there's enough money, man. Don't be cheap. There's enough money in these festivals.
Dude, there is, and at the end of the day, it's about the experience. And if you're creating a shitty experience, you've failed, man. It's not about the acts that you signed that are on the fucking ad mat. It's about the 4 days that people are going to spend there, and if it's enjoyable, you know?
Absolutely. That's the only way you're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to do Blue Ridge next year, right? Like, where is it even at? Where was that?
It's a Virginia International Raceway. So it's in Alton, Virginia. It's like on the border of North Carolina.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll pay homage on my way by in a couple weeks.
How are you going to do that? You're going to stick your dick in a glory hole?
Yep, dick in a glory hole and a salute. And on that note, thanks again, everybody, for joining us on another edition of Drinks with Johnny. Everyone go follow and subscribe everywhere you see something that says Drinks with Johnny, and go to drinkswithjohnny.com, where you can find the Raider tee that we make, which is amazing. And go Raiders. Just win, baby. Everything great. Raider Nation. Love it. Jimmy G, bring us home. Bring us home, baby. Yeah, whole team. Anyways, yeah, so thanks, everybody. Thanks to you, Brandon, for being here today with me. It's a beautiful day. It's beautiful.
I haven't seen you in a while, so it was nice to catch up.
Speaking of glory, right? All right. Cheers, everybody.
Guys. Cheers.